Okay, here I'm joined by my brothers, my brother Cedric, Sondlo, and Bomusa, discussing the issue of the kingdom. This issue, ibonakala idla kakhulu South Africa, misinterpretwa ukuthi what is the kingdom? And when do we dominate the kingdom? Who dominates the kingdom? Mostly by a theology called the kingdom now theology. People who believe we are already reigning in the kingdom. Christ is already reigning in the kingdom. We've restored, Christ has restored rulership in the era of Adam and Eve. Maybe if Brother Sondlo, can you explain to me what is a kingdom, or is there a kingdom mandate in Genesis?
Yeah, ngiyabonga kakhulu. Yes, ma ufunda lapha uGenesis chapter 1 verse 26. Ngabe siqamba amanga uma singathi ayikho i-kingdom mandate kuGenesis chapter 1:26. Ngoba uma ufunda verse 26 uyasitshela lapho ukuthi uNkulunkulu wenza abantu ngomfanekiso wakhe, wathi bamfuze kanjani. Bese liyaqhubela lithi babuse phezu kwezinhlanzi, bese kuyabala zonke izinto athi akabuse phezu kwabo. Wafunda futhi verse 28, the second part of verse 28 ithi niwunqobe niwubuse. Usithi yes, i-purpose kaNkulunkulu noma i-instruction yokuqala kaNkulunkulu emva kokuthi edala umuntu wathi rule, have dominion, busa phezu komhlaba.
So, having that kingdom mandate, does that mean we are rulers? We are in that kingdom. What happened to our rulership?
Yeah, if uzobuka kahle lapho kuGenesis chapter number 3, uyathola ukuthi kunenyokelo eqili kakhulu eyakhohlisa owesifazane wakhohlisa kuAdam, bese lithi iBhayibheli kusuka ngaleso sikhathi abantu bawela esonweni. So one of ama-curse esiwathola lapho kuGenesis ukuthi kwathiwa usezosebenza kanzima, kusho ukuthi uzoba ne-hardship kwi-labor yakhe ekusebenzeni. Leyo nto yalisho ukuthi phezu kwemvelo naphezu kwey'lwane kwakuthiwa kabuse phezu kwazo akasenayo i-rulership, akasakwazi ukubusa. Kusho ukuthi nge-fall eyenzeka kuGenesis chapter 3 abantu baluza amandla abo okubusa nawe-authority over i-creation uNkulunkulu ayethe mababuse phezu kwabo.
Was there ever a rulership over men ruling on another man?
No. If you read these verses, because I can take what see add. If you look at these verses, uNkulunkulu la udalile creation, usethi man rule over creation, over ilwane, says yabalo, says yama. Ushuthi i-dominion over creation,
not over
not over one man, because the instruction there anyway all men.
Okay. What if I say now, we lost the kingdom, but Christ restored it. Now we rule because we are in Christ. What do you say?
There is a truth in that statement, but asikwazi ukuyithatha kanjani because iBhayibheli ma likhuluma oqala ma ubheka incwadi kaGenesis iyasivezela lapha Genesis chapter number 8 ukuthi noma umuntu wayiluza idominion ayinikezwe uNkulunkulu but i-purpose kaNkulunkulu yokubusa komuntu yayingakapheli. Mase incwadi yamaHebrew chapter number 2 verse number 5 isiyabuya manje sithi uKristu isikhotha incwadi yamaHubo uyena njengoba saluza i-kingdom ngo-Adam kodwa i-kingdom izorestore ngoKristu. Bese uGenesis uHebrews khambe sinokubheka kancane nje just one verse kwincwadi kamaHebrew because ibaluleke kakhulu. Uverse number 8 wakhona uthi ngokuba ekubekeni izinto zonke phansi kwakhe kashiyanga lutho olungabekwanga phansi kwakhe, kepha kaloku asikaboni izinto zonke zibekiwe phansi kwakhe. Lithi iBhayibheli asikaboni zonke izinto zibekiwe phansi kwakhe. Zizobekwa nini izinto phansi kwakhe? Sekumele ufunde 1 Corinthians chapter number 15 uqale kuverse number 24. Seyakutshela ke lapho ukuthi uKristu uma ebuya uzobuya abuya hlala esihlalweni sikaDavide, ilapho ke khona ezobe sebusa khona. Okusho ukuthi yes, i-kingdom ya restore ngoKristu but not now, azingabekwa zonke izinto ebuyeni kwakhe zobekwa.
Well, I've heard many saying Christ is already in the throne of David in heaven. What do you say?
Goqala, the problem with that is usuthi i-throne kaDavid in heaven, of which into siyazi nge-throne kaDavid ke emhlabeni ngofunda 2 Samuel chapter number 7. i-throne kaDavid isemhlabeni usho ukuthi uKristu manje yes ukwi-throne but i-throne kaNkulunkulu ubusa njengoNkulunkulu but uzobuya azobusa kwi-throne kaDavid emhlabeni.
Okay, so mawuthi uzobuya kwi-throne kaDavid emhlabeni ukhotha uSamuel chapter 7:12, when will be that?
Koqala asingaba ne-assurance ukuthi uKristu uzobuya ngoba uHebrews chapter number 2 verse 5 uthi ngokuba kwakungesizo izingilozi athobisa phansi kwazo izwe lizayo. Yini ethotshisiwe izwe lizayo. Okusho ukuthi Yesu Kristu uyabuya kwizwe lizayo and iBhayibheli yasivezela ukuthi uzobuya kuRevelation chapter number 19 ebuya nengilozi and umbuso wakhe uzoqala kuRevelation chapter number 20 la khona ezobusa kwi-millennium kingdom. Okusho ukuthi Yesu Kristu uyabuya kodwa i-millennium kingdom la izobusa khona emhlabeni for 1000 years with saints.
So you say that the rulership that we lost in Genesis will be restored in the kingdom.
Yes,
Millennium kingdom.
It will be restored in the kingdom. Sithola ku-flow of food. Sithola uJesu Kristu ekhuluma noPetro. Uthi uPetro, thina sitshele konke sakulanda siyozuzana na. Uthi uJesu Kristu mayiphendula. Uthi ezweni elizayo. Okusho ukuthi nina eningilandele khoma ngokuphinda ukuzala. Yini lento ukuphinda ukuzala? Ezweni elizayo niyohlala izihlaleni eziwu-12 ihlulele izizwe eziwu-12 zakwa-Israyeli. Okusho ukuthi Yesu ekubuyeni kaKristu abazalwane bazobusa ekubuyeni kaKristu kwi-millennium kingdom.
Loud and clear. So this kingdom issue has went so far. Since we are rulers and since we are ruling, we've come to an issue that we should be prospered. Why? Because we're in a kingdom, siyabusa, kwenzeka yonke into. There is something called the prosperity gospel. Prosperity gospel is where they preach that umzalwane, you are called to be a king. Awubizelwanga uba umsila uyikhanda. Yonke leyo nto fanele ube na everything oyidingayo. What should you say a prosperity gospel? Brother Cedric.
Well, i-prosperity gospel njengosuchazela ukuthi i-gospel eshumayela okuhlukile kunalokho engabe kuyashunyayelwa phela. Yes, abantu fanele baprosperishe, but maybe prosperishe abantu abaprosperishe ngalendlela ekuthiwa fanele baprosperishe ngayo. Labantu laba abakhuluma nge-prosperity gospel bakhuluma ngokuprosper enyameni, not kamoya. So abantu yebo fanele baprosperishe, but in a spirit kumoya, not enyameni. Because this is not always i-will kaNkulunkulu ukuthi abantu babe prospered. If singase sibheke encwadini u1 Samuel chapter 2 wakhona la umkhuleko kaHana dumisa uNkulunkulu. Verse 6 uthi uJehova yabulala abesephilisa, uyahlisela endaweni yabafileyo abesenyusa. uJehova uyaphofisa abesecebisa, uyathobisa abesephakamisa. Yabo. So akahle it's not always iwill kaNkulunkulu ukuthi wena fanele ube prospered elokhuzeni in the flesh. So fanele vele ube prospered, but not always ukuthi ube prospered in the flesh. Akufanele lokhu driver imoto enkulu, akufanele ube nebhizinisi enkulu. No. And preaching ukuthi abantu fanele babe njalo is to preach yet another gospel. And uthe uApostle Paul kwancwadi abaseGalatia, if noma ngabe ubani ngisho noma ngabe ingilosi uma iyokhuluma elinye ivangeli elihlukile kunalethi nesinhlumayiselwana makabe ngoqalekisiwayo.
Okay, coming from the issue of the kingdom, let's say the kingdom is now. I'm saying let's say, I'm not saying the kingdom is now. If the kingdom was now, was the kingdom based on material promises? If the kingdom was now, was it based on how many cars would you have? Or being in the kingdom of God now, let me say that. Being in the kingdom of God now, is it all about having so much material stuff? What does it mean to be in this era of the church? What do we expect the most? Let's cut it back.
Well, one thing that we can be sure of, which more part of the church is was
persecution.
Yes, persecutions. Usho njalo uApostle Paul kuTimotheo uthi yebo bonke abathanda ukuhamba ngendlela yokumesaba uNkulunkulu bayokuzingela. So we are not promised izinto ezmaterial, we are not promised imoto enkulu, we are not promised imali enkulu, but we are promised ukuzingela, we are promised persecution. This is what into wayisho Jesu ethi ningasho ukuthi ngilethele ukuthula. Ethi no mina ngizoletha inkemba. khona la futhi athandaza khona athi bengifisa kangakanani ukuba ngabe lo mlilo usuwokhela. Amanye amazwi into thina esithenjisiwe ethi ukusengela uzathi nibusisiwe nina bampofu ngokuba umbuso kaNkulunkulu ngowena. If ufunda izenzo, I think izenzo chapter 30 amazwi kaHagari athi lapha verse number 8 uyathandaza laphana. I think futhi ngabe ufanele kube umthandazo omzalwane wonke nomuntu wonke osindisiwe ukuthi Nkosi ungangiphi uceba ungangiphi futhi ubampofu athi kodwa ngiphi isinkwa engisimiselwe. That is why uJesu funa niqala umbuso kaNkulunkulu nani nokulunga bese konke lokho kuyakunezela, referring to into ezibala phezulu. Into ezibala ubebala ama basic needs. Ubalile ukuthi ingubo, wabala ukuthi ningakhathazeki nokuthi nizophuza, ningakhathazeki nokuthi futhi nizodlala. So sithina we are promised ama basic needs ukuthi wona ke lawa uNkulunkulu azosiprovide ngawo if thina sifuna umbuso kaNkulunkulu.
Okay. 1 Corinthians, there's a verse that says uKristu wabampofu ukuze thina sicele. Isn't that a naming verse for prosperity gospel?
Well, uma uzolithatha out of context, yes. Ungasho kanjalo ukuthi uJesu wabampofu ukuze thina sicele. But laphana uMpostoli Paul ukhuluma ngekunikela. Ukhuluma ngokuthi abazalwane badinga ukuthi babanikelele baseKorinte bayise iminikelo eLaodicea if I'm not mistaken. So uthi ke njengoba uKristu wazehlisa wazobampofu ukuze thina sicela mama uKristu wadela konke, he gave yonke into ayenayo ukuze azuze thina kwakufana nokuthi uNkulunkulu wanthandizwa ngakwazi wanikela hayi uKristu athi kanjalo ke nathi masilandele loyo example leyo ukuthi nathi masibe mpofu, nathi kusho kufanele siphe, nathi fanele size umuntu kuze kufike kule point lokuthi nami angisenayo into enginganikeza yona. So ama position ami fanele ngikhonze umuntu ngama position ami, ngikhonza abazalwane ngayo yonke into yami such that nami it's self-sacrificial ngamazwi. Uzathi uJesu there's no better now.
Look, mayithi khona uLuke wabusisiwe abampofu. Because they've given to the others to the point that they are poor. Okay, maybe set up, may I ask something? I come to people, I preach prosperity gospel, and I find someone in a situation, we are a provider, and that person joins a church. What do you say about salvation in that case? Who can't preach such gospel?
No. Awukho kusindiswa because isalvation kahle umuntu usindiswa ngani isiBhayibheli okholwa kufika ngokuzwa kufika ngani ngezwi kaNkulunkulu. So manje wena awusakhulumanga izwi kaNkulunkulu, khulume into oyicabangayo ukuthi ngathi izwi kaNkulunkulu. So vele lo muntu lo ubelandela ama blessings. Khona la uJesu khona wathi nina nize kumina not ukuthi ngifuna mina but ngoba nisuke nahle isinkwa lapha nasuthi abesasilalelane mina isinkwa manje esinjani isinkwa sehlezulu sokuphila and bamshiya bahamba because vele bebefuna izinto ezimaterial bebengafuni uJesu bazobenza uJesu. So wonke umuntu osindiswe noma othi oclaim ukuthi usindisiwe because uzwele livangeli le prosperity usuke ngasindiswanga lo muntu because masezingasezenze izinto lezi ekufanele ngabe ziyenzeka. Mase persecute engasashadi kuzoshada engasabi nemizi ekade kuzoba nayo. Obviously lo muntu uzo backslide because vele in the first place bengasiyo salvation there.
Okay, Sisival, would you say anything to the prosperity gospel teachers or give a warning to the disciples of the prosperity gospel, or what can you warn preachers who promise abantu ama promises angekho eBhayibhelini? What would you say? So far,
I would say they should fear God. They should fear God and bampreache into uNkulunkulu athe asambe soyishumayela.
And promise what God has promised.
Yes, banganezeleli khona, banganciphisi khona. Because imile siqaleke society they will be cursed. Wonke umuntu ozoshumayela izwi any gospel apart from the gospel that was preached by our apostle and our prophet, let that person be accursed.
Yeah, it's true. It's another gospel because Paul says, "Izwi lesiphambano libubula wababhubhayo." It speaks sense kubantu ababhubhayo when you preach prosperity gospel, and they can't even see a need for salvation. It's another gospel.
I think if I can add there, just sorry to interrupt. If I can add there, Uti, one of the greatest warnings that you have to give to those people, especially the leaders. What I would say to the leaders is that they should go back to the gospel. What is the gospel? Christ did not come because men were poor. Before even Christ came, people were poor on earth. And some, they were rich. And even if just myself, you would say, no, maybe if we go as far as which means that was not the purpose of coming of Christ. What were the purpose of coming of Christ? Go to Romans chapter 5, verse number 12. Isono sangena nomuntu munye uAdam kanjalo bonke abantu babandani baba sesonweni. So abantu, they are in sin, and through sin they need Christ. Christ came to save sinners from the world. So, which means he did not come to give them purpose. And again, they should be warned about to call people man, the material position. How do they present the gospel? Is that Jesus, because Jesus even the issue of altar calls. Come to Jesus Christ because Jesus come to Jesus Christ because those people do not know anything about sin, but until they are convinced about the sin, then they will know Christ.
So are you saying, atonement is limited to sin? Christ died for our sins, not for our
not for purpose, not to keep us a purpose.
Maybe 121. Yeah, was that in come to Jesus when we see this abantu? It's loud and clear. So, Brother Musa. Yeah. Gods. There's this doctrine that people are equivalent to God. I've just heard one of the preachers saying, since uNkulunkulu asiphefumulela, uNkulunkulu lesikhathi efaka kithi ibreath yakhe, uNkulunkulu wahlephuka, so thina si missing part of God. So God is incomplete because there is one breath ayifake kithina. So if you want to know what is a man, man is a God in flesh, man is equivalent to God. This doctrine that God gains knowledge every day. Can you take me to the book of Psalms 82 and explain when the Bible says, what does it mean?
Psalms 82.
Yes, please.
Can we go there in Psalms chapter 82? Okay. Firstly, I know about that doctrine, and most of the faithful men do preach it, because if you are seeing it, it's logical.
Wait, faithful men teach that.
Okay. Okay, thank you for the correction. For if I'm saying faithful men, those who see them, they see them as faithful.
Okay.
So most of the old men, should I say that, they teach that, not faithful men actually. If you're going to Psalms chapter 82, I will equivalent it to John chapter number 4. In Psalms 82, that is the whole portion of a judgment. Asaph Alapa is talking about is writing this psalm, and as the Bible tells us, it's a psalm. He was going to make music so that he go and sing it into the king, just like David did to Saul. So when he writes the psalms, he has seen abantu abayima judges benza ukungalungi kaIsrael. After sebusa amakhosi ama-judges besakhona to execute judgment kubantu, no longer phezu kwa-Israel wonke. So uyabona ama-judges asenza into engalunganga, akasabi ngendlela efaneleyo. That is why if you are reading from verse number 1 and 2, you just go to those verses for me. uNkulunkulu umenhlanganweni yawo uNkulunkulu uyahlulela phakathi kwawoNkulunkulu, which means God is standing in the midst of gods. But who are those gods? Verse 2. Koze kube nini nahlulela ngokungalungile nithi nikhetha ubuso bababi na, which means abantu abahlulelayo bahlulela ini, abantu bahlulela ngani ngokungalungile. Those are gods. Not everybody was a god. Now, if you are going back to study the word God used here, it's a word Elohim, which means it's one of the characters of God. Then John chapter 4, I think verse 32, it's uma ati kulabo kwabuza ngabo izwi wathi no uNkulunkulu pho nithini indodana yomuntu umbhalo ngephuka. Bese umbhalo ngephuka kasho ukuthi abantu bawoNkulunkulu umbhalo ngephuka ukuthi laba babenikezwe office. The Elohims were the judges, because they were standing in the office of God. They were the one who execute judgment, just like God executes judgment over the whole world. They executed Israel. So they are judging unrighteously here. So they are the gods. They are the ones who are carrying that judgment. Just like who? Just like Moses. Moses was given as umuntu wayekade Israel wonke. But kwi-context kaMoses, uMoses eyoprofetha eGibhithe, uthi uNkulunkulu uzoba njengoNkulunkulu kubani? KuFaro kathi uzoba uNkulunkulu. Uzoba njengoNkulunkulu kubani? Kumprofethi ulokhuzana umfowabo. Mayikhuluma ku-Aaron, because uMoses bezokhuluma izwi ku-Aaron njengoNkulunkulu bekhuluma kuMoses, uMoses ungumprofethi. But manje sekuMoses ozokhuluma izwi ku-Aaron elithathe uNkulunkulu, Aaron sezofana nomprofethi. That is a parable, ukufanisa. Now, uJesu mekhomba ukuthi laba ababekade bebizwe ngokuthi they are gods. Paul uthini ngami? Look at the context. Uma athi ngoNkulunkulu izwi elaliza ngabo, which means laba ababelethe izwi kaNkulunkulu, the judges. So we are not God. God, where a specific office given to the judges, the Elohim.
Oh, even from the beginning, we were never gods.
Yes, we were never God, and that's what
Judges were gods.
Okay, in the beginning, this is where men fell. Men fell because they wanted to become God. Go to the book of Genesis. What does the devil promises who Eve? Promise what you will be God. And then he fell. So that is the whole deception.
And God never said, let us make God, but let us make man.
Yeah,
so
right.
that's right. Yeah, we should take it literally. Let us make man.
So, is it true that if you want to know God in flesh, that's man?
No, you cannot know God in flesh, that man. As much as God used men to preach, there is this one understanding. Yeah, preachers are to me. Or because kuzala idonki, izalana idonki, izozala idonki, izala inja, izala lento, izala inja. Now uNkulunkulu sethi asenze umuntu uzophuma uNkulunkulu. No, that is wrong. Into yokuqala uNkulunkulu akazali lapha Genesis. Into ayenza uNkulunkulu lapha Genesis uyenza, creating and giving birth is two different things. You cannot make that allegory when we celebrate Genesis. Let us make men in our own image. To make an image does not mean to make a photo. To make an image is to make someone who will have a character, just like God. Because uNkulunkulu but if you come to us, we know God. And we have been given a dominion over the creation. So if you want to become God over the creation that you have been given, at least I will take an exception on that, even though it is wrong, because they were given literally a dominion over a creation of izinja. Some can listen to the say corner, so over those things.
So all in all, God in man is Christ. That's Jesus Christ.
That's Jesus Christ.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, I would say these people, they have a false God. Because what we know about our God, uNkulunkulu nama communicable attributes, nama incommunicable attributes.
Maybe it's a valid topic. Let me allow you to verify, to explain what kind of God are they serving in contrast with the biblical God.
Yeah, I think they have a false God. As I said, they have a false God, God of their imagination. And we are not surprised because the Bible is shilolati, Romans chapter number 1, abantu bazenzela uNkulunkulu wabo. Bazakhele uNkulunkulu wengqondo yabo olingana nabo. Bakhonza okudaliweyo kunomdali. Ngamamazi, lo uNkulunkulu abazakhele yena akusiyo uNkulunkulu weBhayibheli. uNkulunkulu weBhayibheli, lele lithi iBhayibheli u-infinite, self-exist. Ilo uNkulunkulu thina sanika ukuphila yena, he self-exist. Izinto ongakwazi ukuzicompare, you cannot compare God. Omunye uNkulunkulu esimkhonzayo lo ukhulume noJob, wathi Job wawukuphi ngidala amazulu nomhlaba. Then Job waxolisa after that. Okusukuthi bazakhele uNkulunkulu wengqondo yabo.
That's right. Bible is clear in the book of Romans 1. If you start from verse 22, bathe sebemazi uNkulunkulu bangamdumisa njengoNkulunkulu. Bakhonza udaliweyo kulomdali. It's always a given. If you can't serve the Creator, you will surely serve the creation.
Or the God of your mind.
The God of your mind. The God that you've created yourself. So if you can't meet the standards of the Most High God, you create your most low God, whom you meet his standards.
Can I just give an advice to those people who follow Alabama? Look at them. the king Nebuchadnezzar.
Talk to them.
Yeah, look at the king Nebuchadnezzar. He created what? The image. And people came and worshipped that God. But there are 3 men. I'm saying to you, don't bow to that God. It's not the God of the Bible. Yes, some will come, and in minority will say we will not bow. So even us, we are saying we will not bow to that God because it is not the God of the Bible. So if you want to go and bow to that image, go and bow. But if you know exactly that's not God, don't bow as those 3 men. Don't bow to that God.
I will not bow either.
It's a foreign God.
Yeah.